Friends, welcome to my weekly KLSE Outlook and Stocks to Watch. My name is Fred and I will be your host today. Before we start, I'd like to do a sound check, please, so that I know that you can hear me. Okay, please kindly type into the chat box, clear, if you can hear me. Okay, I can see you guys are coming in. James, Ryan, okay, Sifu, Lionel, and yes, can you hear me? You are watching, I know. Hold on a minute, bring them on calls. Okay, clear. All right, thank you very much. All right. Okay, once again, thank you for the opportunity to share with you my views about our market and as well as our stocks to watch today. So my stocks to watch today, in fact, I like to break it down into two portions. One is our medium term, which is our TAD, which we use the daily chart, okay, and to track them. So this is our usual stocks to watch, right? But I will also today, besides this TAD, okay, technique, I'm going to introduce to you a new technique for intraday trading called FIFO, fast in, fast out, because in view of the market has turned bullish. And I say turn bullish, the midterm small caps have turned bullish, not so much of the main board. Okay, I'll talk more about it in my market outlook. But for stocks to watch, I have broken down into categories, and hopefully to be able to share with you both categories, TAD category, the medium term, and the intraday. Okay, intraday. But before I do that, I am obliged to read to you the disclaimer. So this talk is for information and educational purposes only and should not be construed as a solicitation to buy or sell any of the stocks mentioned herein. The speaker or my staff may have positions in some of the stocks. Trading involves risks, including possible risks of principal and other losses. If investment and other professional advice are required, the services of a licensed professional ought to be sought. Today, my talk content, like I mentioned just now, is just market outlook, stocks to watch, and then we'll end with the question and answer where you can now prepare what are the questions you'd like to ask me beforehand. And I'd like to start off with the 12:30 summary of the KLSE Bursa Malaysia today. There are gainers 342, but losers 477. So there are more losers, a little bit more losers than the gainers, okay, due to profit taking. And turnover is 956 million. And the index KLCI, surprisingly, isn't it? I mean, yesterday was falling like crazy. And today is up 5.69. 5.69. That's a good close. And closing at 1477.24. Here is my market outlook for the week. For market outlook, I normally like to use the KLCI because that tells us how the broader market is doing. And these are all the index links, the blue chip stocks. So my general outlook for the CI for the short term, which means, currently, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6, is basically consolidating. It is still in the consolidating, but with a bullish bias. Bullish bias. And why I say so? So let's look at this chart of KLCI. And I like to start off on the 23rd of August this year. And do you remember what happened on that day? Now, I know that some of you have already listened to this before, but for the sake of those who have joined us just today, I am going to share with you again okay, from that point onwards, okay, which is March. So remember this day, this is the day when the Fed raised the interest rates. And guess what happened to our market? So our market came spiraling down, and with the dissolution of parliament, that's making it even worse. On the 10th of October, 10th of October, it came down even further to 1393. And thank goodness, on the 20th of October, the election commission decided to set a date for the general election on the 19th of November, and the market rebounded and to test the old support downturn resistance at 1464, 1464, and it came back down, went back up again, tested the 1464 twice, and remained sideways until the eve of polling. And immediately after polling, the results, gosh, what did it show? Not one side winning the other side, but a hung parliament. But what is interesting to note is prices didn't fall. So when bad news doesn't cause the market to come down, that is potentially good news. That means the sellers are not willing to sell, the buyers are still holding on to it, right? And that's where the charts come in, and just reading price and volume and the direction and the level, you know whether or not who is in control. And in this case, the buyers are still in control, regardless that is a hung parliament. And that is already hint that the confidence, this issue will be resolved. And 3 days later, it took 3 days before the king decided to appoint Anwar Ibrahim to be our 10th prime minister. And that was on the 24th. That's a day to remember, because that was the date when our Dato Seri Anwar Ibrahim was appointed by the king to be the 10th PM. And guess what? Our market just shot up, gapped up, and 58 points higher to hit a 2 years high. 2 years high, hitting about a 1500 level. 1500 level. So last week, and pull back a little bit, last week on the 3rd, the new cabinet was formed, and this consolidation of power actually would augur very well for the Malaysian stock market as a whole. And today, pleasant surprisingly, that it rebounded 50 points. So we are right up there. Are we better off than before Dato Sri Anwar became the 10 PM? The answer is yes, because we are much higher based on today's closing than that be on the 23rd of November. And that's what, and what the investors are saying, that they are giving Anwar Ibrahim a green light of approval. And so for now, traders are more attracted, however, okay? So it is clear that of the two, when you compare the KLCI and the that of the mid and the small cap, however, that the mid and small caps are performing a little bit better, in fact, much better than that of the KLCI. And that is perhaps due to the negative perception that people still have on the state-owned companies or the government-linked companies. So for now, we are more concentrating on the mid and small cap, because compared to the KLCI, which is actually in a consolidation mode, the mid and small cap is in a different direction. So let's look at the mid and small cap, because many of you here are not so much very much inside the KLCI stocks. So here is the mid and small cap. So can you see that it is traveling in a direction that is much more positive than that of the CI? So here we've got two different markets altogether. One is a consolidating market, and the other one is a reversed market from down to up. Now let's start off with a on the right side. So it came down and it made a double bottom. Make a double bottom, broke out of the resistance RR of the 17,500 level when Datuk Sri Anwar was appointed to be the 10th PM, and the index is, so that is a plus sign. The index, if you look at where we are now compared to the 50 moving average and the 200-day moving average, the price, the index is above the 50, above the 200, so suggesting, confirming bullishness. And this is also confirmed by the three arrows, TAD arrows pointing up. What is TAD? TAD is basically total, atom, and dust. So this basically a trending indicator, and if it is the three arrows are pointing up, it is in fact telling us that the index, the buyers are stronger than the sellers, and we have an uptrend. That's how we define uptrend, using the three arrows pointing up. I'll talk more about the TAD after this. So in the short term, summarizing this chart, one look at it, then so it's very clear that the buyers are in control. It's making a higher high, and we see the next target at X is to X. Okay, today it hit a bit of a resistance, came back down, a little bit of profit taking, but we expect it to continue its uptrend to test at least the next higher target of 18,930. 18,930. So summarizing, in short, the short-term trend of the mid and small cap is clearly in bullish territory. So technically speaking, this is the right time actually to be active in the market. In the market. And for those of you who are the traders, so and still sitting by the sidelines and fence, should consider positioning yourself to enter into certain bullish stocks. So in short, we are in the bull market. But in the bull market, does it mean that all stocks can go up? Does it mean that all stocks can go up? As you can see today, quite a number of stocks have pulled back, and there are profit taking that has happened. So what are the stocks that all of them can go up? Stock selection is still important. Stock selection is still the key. You must find the right stocks to purchase. So for example, today, the mid and small cap is profit taking, and it is the lower liners actually that is rallying. And these are the FIFO, the fast in, fast out stocks, and that's why when in the market do a pullback, you switch to another category of stocks to trade in, and they are. I just give you four of them. Few: LKL Solution, BIG. These are being played up today. Huatai. Okay. That is what we mean by finding the right stocks to go in. Okay. Now, so the right stocks also mean this. It doesn't mean that if a company is making a lot of profit, that it is the right stock. It is a profitable stock, but not necessarily the right stock to go in, because they might be pullback, they might be in fact experiencing a correction or a distribution, even in an uptrend. Okay, for example, ASM Engineering is one of them, and of course before this, Top Glove, the glove sector, they have not been good since 1-2 years ago, and they're drifting down all the way down, even though the profits are fantastic. So we don't look for profitable stocks, we look for the right stocks. And what are the right stocks? Basically uptrending stocks. The answer is uptrending. How do we define uptrend? In technical analysis, we have a definition for that. So let me just draw to you and show you a little bit very quickly. How we define uptrend is higher high and higher low. That's a very classical technique, of defining whether a stock is in an uptrend. As you can see from my drawing here, that if a stock can make a high, okay, and it pull back, makes a higher high, and then pullbacks and makes a higher low. When you have two consecutive higher highs and high low, you have a definition of the stock in an uptrend. And so that's a stock to watch, yeah, for us. Now, of course, this is very subjective if you are using higher high, higher low. Secondly, you've got to go to 1,000 over stocks. How can you do that to find out which stock is at a higher high, higher low? So that's why I designed a software to help us to run through and make and look for uptrending stocks within 1 minute, okay, and then list it all down and give it to us so that we can further analyze them and pick which stocks we want to buy, or okay, which stock we want to buy. Now, the other way to define an uptrend, I think you all know, some of you are chartists, is you use the moving average. So if price is above moving average, then it's also considered an uptrend stock. Now, let me draw a moving average. Assuming this is price, you're looking at price. So let's say if I'm drawing a moving average over it, and this is the 50 moving average, for example, and if price is above that, we can also say that that's in an uptrend. So moving average is a very, very useful tool to help us to define whether or not our stocks are in an uptrend or a downtrend. We won't touch it if its price is below the moving average. Thirdly, third indicator that we could use to help define uptrend is basically a Bollinger Band. You can, of course, you can overlay a Bollinger Band on price. And if the price is above the upper band, then it's a uptrend stock. If the price is below the lower band, then you have a downtrend stock. So the Bollinger Bands are very useful in helping us to define uptrend or downtrend. Okay, and for us, we are using the TAD. That's all. Our definition of an uptrend. Okay, all those I mentioned is not wrong. In fact, the moving average is inside our TAD. Right, the D is basically a moving average. Okay, T is for turtle and A is for atom. Now, but we got 1,000 stocks, and that's the whole thing. So we like to look for uptrend stocks, but we got 1,000 stocks. So if we are going to do it manually, flip one stock. Okay, is it uptrend, higher high, higher low? Is it above the moving average? Flip another stock. Is it above or below the 50 moving average? Flip another stock. And I got 1,000 because there are like 1,000 stocks inside our burst. So if you take probably 3 to 4 hours to complete. So what I did was I designed a system I designed a system to help us to identify these in less than a minute. 1,000 stocks. I just click on it, okay, and then it goes. The software will go through all these stocks and will pick out all those stocks with buy or sell signals. Right now, so how does this work? Make it very simple. When you have 3 arrows, they are pointing up. That means it is an uptrend. Okay, T stands for turtle, A stands for atom, and D stands for duck. And if the price, okay, and the price is above all these 3, and these 3 will give you 3 up arrows, then it's a technical buy. So in short, if there are 3 arrows pointing up, then we have a technical buy signal. If, on the other hand, there are 3 arrows pointing down, we have a technical sell signal. Let's apply this to the actual stock itself. Now let's take, for example, Karimin. So here you're looking at a chart of Karimin, and we have a turtle, atom, and duck indicator. The turtle rides onto the price chart. The atom rides underneath the price chart, and the duck, we draw it as an oscillator. It is drawn underneath the price chart. And so what we're going to look for before we buy is we look for 3 arrows up, 3 arrows pointing up. And where was the first instance that we have got these 3 arrows pointing up? Let's look at the left side. I circle it already for you for easy reference, and the date is on the 29th of November, 2018. Okay, this is merely an exercise, right? And we have a buy signal. And so we have a buy here, and let me help you by clicking on the pointer, and I guide you where this indicator will tell us what to do thereafter. Now, as long as there are no three arrows pointing down, we do not sell, right? Just now we were taught that formula: three arrows up, buy; three arrows down, we sell. So we have three arrows pointing up. So entry over here, and prices, went up smoothly, pulled back for the next 10, 12 days, rally again, breaking out, and then giving us further total buy, total buy, total buy. Now, after that, it pulled back a little, but there is no sell arrow, so we just hold on to it and then continue the trend. And it goes up like that, just like the waves in the sea, goes up and down. And guess what? We have a sell arrow here. Do we sell? Do we sell? The answer is we look whether there's another two more arrows below it. Yes, there's one more arrow, so we got two arrows. But what about the third? We don't have another sell arrow on the duck, so 2 out of 3 doesn't qualify. So we can ignore this sell signal, and stock continues to go sideways and then rally back again, trigger another buy again, go sideways, and then sideways again. So that's how this system will help you to navigate through the rough seas, okay, of each stock that each stock experiences. And where is the first instance where you have got three arrows pointing down, which is over here. Over here, three arrows pointing down, and based on the system, okay, it is flagging out a technical sell signal on the 6th of May. So we have a buy there and we have a sell there. Nice profit there, isn't it? After that, it came back down. So we are staying out of this stock until it makes a U-turn and trigger another three arrows pointing up, which is a buy over here. So that's my re-entry. So if we use this TAD, which is a medium range, medium term indicator, what have we got there? So we got a nice profit of how much? The profit will be, if you take the buy price and the sell price and you less it off, if you had 10,000, you would have made 18,000 or 180% in 5 months, because this period is actually 5 months. So you can see that this system is a medium range, kind of a missile kind of thing. It's not really intraday short term. And that's why after this, we created another indicator for short-term trading in view of the bullish market. I'll share with you later on, and that's called FE4. Now, this is called TAD, which is an intermediate range kind of a missile, which is good for 6 months. Okay, you buy and you hold for 6 months. What type of people is it good for? It's good for professionals, lawyers, doctors, accountants. You have your own business, self-employed. You're a very busy man. You have no time to look at the charts. Right, you can only look at it at the end of the day, the kind of thing. Now, this is the type of system or the software that you need. Of course, I'll teach you later on. I'll explain to you how you get this system if you really, those of you who are seriously interested in it, right? So let me give you another example of how TAD is able to trigger the bullish signal in P-Trans. We all know P-Trans, right? Government-linked company, however, okay, we follow the chart, right? The arrows. Where is the first indication when there's a 3 arrow buy? It is on the 29th of March, right, of this year. And at 59 cents triggered a buy. And so that's the entry. And then after you see how price of P-Trans just continue to soar, okay, level up, level by level. Then it triggered a 1 sell arrow. Then very quickly look for the A. Do we have, this is the A, the atom, right? And that is the duck, right? You have a turtle, atom, and duck. What does the atom say? Is there a sell signal? Aha, yes, there is another sell signal, 2 sell signals. How about the third one? No, there is no sell signal on the duck. Therefore, you can ignore this sell. And you continue to stay, to hold on and ride the trend. Got that? And we have another 3 arrows pointing up. Okay, you can choose to buy if you would technical buyer on this. We're not looking at the fundamentals of the company. We are looking at the demand and supply for its shares. Okay, so it may be making a loss, but as long as it is moving up, that is a stock that we would like to be in. And so we have an additional up arrow there. and an up arrow. So these are the areas where you could possibly get in and add positions if you haven't gone in yet, or you've gone in not enough, kind of thing. And so on the 4th of November, okay, what have we got? So you got 119. You one minus the other, 119 minus 59, you would have made 101% profit in 8 months. How good is that? Are you happy? If your system can help you to make 101% in 8 months, okay? And I repeat that this is not a solicitation to buy or sell this stock or any of the stocks. It is just for information and educational purposes only. That's equivalent to 12%. I'd be very happy if I can get 12, boy, oh boy, per month, that. And so this example has shown that it is possible. Only thing is you need to be patient, right? Hold on to it 8 months without doing anything. Some people can, some people cannot. And that's why our FIFO system I'm introducing to you, for those of you who are more short-term, one fast action in and out, then we look for another type of system, which is the FIFO system. This is the TAT system. Now, so look at Dayang. Same thing. When do you buy? So you look for 3 arrows pointing up, and our software through the scanner can just scan and tell you which that you have got 3 arrows pointing up. Is it that straightforward? Yeah, we make it so straightforward. Of course, the research that goes into that to get this end result is tremendous. It took me about 20 over years, right, to get to this stage where we design systems. And on the 19th of August, we had a 105. We bought a 105, get technical buy again. And on November 21st, so it's 135. Not very much, this stock, okay? Very gradual, but still on whole, this one, no sell signal at all. When do we sell? When you have 3 arrows pointing down. So 10,000 made, well, not very much. Well, it's 25%, 28%, sorry, in 3 months. So you divide 28 by 3, then you get 9%. Very decent. Are you happy if you can have a system that can help you to make 9.5% per month? And I'd be very happy. Put the money in the bank, that's only 3% per year, and the inflation will eat it up after you withdraw. And so, these are the 3. So some of you here by now would be asking me, okay, how do I get hold of this software? You need to attend a little bit of a course, right? A course, but I'll tell you the good news is the course you can go attend anytime, anywhere, because it is a pre-recorded course, right? And so you do it in your own time. So, okay, so I just said earlier that it's 1,000 over shares, and that's why we designed a screener. So this is basically the screener, the total screener, okay? And this is the result of the scan. We're showing you a scan result, okay, based on today's 12:30 closing, right? These are the stocks with TAD put buy signals, okay? And if you look at them, Inform, ECL, right, BIG, Systec, Atronics, and this, except for one, MFLA is there, right? That one can consider because it fundamentally also is not bad, yeah? But like here, we are not, no, fundamentals is aside. Most important is the technicals, and the technical says that, okay, these are the stocks with arrow up, right? But you notice that most of them are actually very, very penny kind of stocks, right? So you got to be careful about that, right? You need to know about position sizing, how big you play, right? Because this one is, penny stock 10, 20 cents, stock you can play a lot, but actually when it goes against you, it can also lose a lot. So be careful about that as well. And so today, there is no big cap, as you can see. Normally, when we scan, you see $2 company, $3 company, $5 company giving you buy signals and all. That's actually very healthy. So today is very clear cut. It's a consolidating market. Okay, but we can still go into some FIFO stocks. So those of you, okay, who are serious, okay, about investing should consider this stock trading course, rather the TAD system, which you can learn by attending this stock trading course. And the beauty about this course is that it is anytime, anywhere, because it is pre-recorded, right? And then after it becomes you, we are teaching you how to fish, and you will fish for a lifetime. Right? So do take note of that. But some of you might consider just now to be a bit slow. How many of you still want a better, faster system? How many? How many think that just now what I share with you is a little bit too slow? For example, it may not trade every day. Are you used to that? Some people can, some people cannot. So if you're one of those that cannot get used to it, not trading a day, you have to consider some fast action technique, and which is our kangaroo technique. Why is it called kangaroo? Kangaroo jump up and down, right? And look, as long as we know how to catch the kangaroo before it jumps up and get out before the kangaroo comes down, we make money, and we do it on an intraday. That's why we call this fast in and fast out, right? So for those of you who want fast action, choose this technique, okay, fast, which is FIFO, which I'm going to explain to you a little bit, right? And then other reasons, you might want to, you got money, right? But you don't want to use your big money to make big money. You want to test. You want to have a small money first, but your small money, okay, we have a system that can help you make big money, which this system can. Okay, after I show you what I mean. Well, what about 2-3% instead of a month? What about doing it a day? So this system or technique could help you to do it. And those of you who may have a lot of time, young graduates among you, housewife among you, pensioner among you, you have a lot of time. You might want this system because you need time. You need to look in front of the screen. And those of you who want to be a pro trader, you might. So all these are the reasons why the kangaroo technique is for you. So let me show you what the kangaroo technique is all about. You see here, right, some kind of picture, okay, of a kangaroo. So the kangaroo jumps up and jumps down, right? Now the kangaroo technique is one where you buy before the kangaroo jumps up. And look, if you don't do anything to it, and end of the day, you see the kangaroo jumping down, coming down again, like SFP tech, for example, and you're still holding on to it, you make no money, right? So what you can do is, now you know this technique. The technique is where you catch the kangaroo jumping up, right? Then you go in and buy. Before the kangaroo comes back down, you sell off. Okay, you sell off at a profit. Then you make money. And that's how the kangaroo technique, okay, can help you to get in and out. The trick is, okay, which kangaroo is going to jump and when it is going to jump. These two we will teach you in the kangaroo technique. So let me show you here some of the kangaroo stock, for example. Like today, many stocks, you know, today is not a day to be trading in to buy, you know, because it actually happened a couple of days ago. Today, many of them are pulling back. But if you know this technique, there are a few stocks that you can go into right now, okay, that can do kangaroo jumps and you get out before it comes down. I told you just now the four. So let's look at this, an example of a kangaroo stock. So did you know? So do you know what happened on this date? Hold on, sorry. So you have got over here. Here is 29. Mr. Anwar became the Prime Minister on the 24th. So this one actually moved out on the 29th. It's a bit out. So now, most important is, how do you know? How do you catch this stock and make a quick profit out of it? The answer is number one. You have to look for a certain pattern. Right? That means you say you must know about patterns. Right? And what pattern is that? So we will teach you in the course. And what we do with the pattern, after you know that there's a pattern, you trade the breakout. And that's a breakout on a lower time frame chart. Now, okay, I'll let you guess. Okay, anyone can tell me what's the time frame, can text me inside here or a bit later, no problem. Right? And so at least we are learning something, right? And you have a nice breakout. Again, give you another tip. Another secret to trading is that the breakout is a nice point of entry. And what did I say about the kangaroo? Before it comes back down, you get out, right? That's where you get out. That's the whole thing in one day. That's a one-day chart. That's it. So you bought at 466, sell at 501, and you got a profit of 35 cents, and that is 7% in 3.5 hours. How do you like that? Right? This is a real example. I'm not kidding you. All right. So it is possible. It is possible you get 7.5 instead of a month. Okay. This can be done within 3.5 hours. Do you like that? Those of you who like fast action, you can stand heart attack. Then this is the type for you. Normally, young guys, you like this, right? People like me, old folks, right? But I'm still not bad, right? I'm still able to withstand shocks like this, and so therefore I trade, but a little bit slower, kind of thing, but still enter and exit. Let me show you another example. SP Satyam. Now this one is on the 24th. Now on the 24th, that day, many stocks went up. But look, if you do not know kangaroo method, you don't dare to go in, isn't it? Already so high, no. Still going some more, can go in some more. That's where you look for this. Then you look for a sideways movement, and that forms a pattern, and then look for the pattern breakout. And in this case, it is 58 cents for SP Satya. And guess what? The kangaroo came down, bounce, and before it can come down, you sell it off at 64 cents. How much did you make? 6 cents. Hey, some of you might think 6 cents is small money, small change. It's not, because your buying price is 58 cents. So 6 cents is actually 10%. You know that, right? Gosh, in 5 hours. How many of you like that? Right? Those of you who can withstand heart attack, right? You got the time, you got small capital, you got big capital, but you don't want to use that big capital, you want to test with small capital. All right, then this is the perfect technique for you to go into, which I'm going to come to if you ask me how much is it going to cost you. Look, it's a steal. You can't believe it, right? We'll come to that a bit later. Now, one more example, and then we'll come to that, right? Franken. Okay, have you heard of all these stocks? If you're a trader, you are trading all these stocks. Okay, and the kangaroo technique is, absolutely ideal for this kind of a short, fast action kind of trading. Here, another pattern, right? So here, when you're in the course, we teach you a couple of patterns, not many, something that you can manage, And of course, I've written a book on chart pattern analysis. By all means, go to Popular Bookstore and get a copy if you like, right? And then you will know why we put an arrow there to say buy at 289, technical buy, 289. And guess what? It rally, right? Now, of course, you get false rallies and come back down, right? But I can tell you, in a bull market, these kind of rallies, they can sustain. In a bear market, you have a lot of fake breakouts. I agree with you. Then you have got to, if it goes back into the pattern, you need to cut loss, you know what I mean? So of course there are risks. There are risks in trading, okay? And you therefore position sizing is important. Don't play that big, because the position size can kill you, right? So if you want to play big position size, your stop loss must be very nippy. But if it's too nippy, you're gonna get hit, and then it'll rebound again, right? So do not be greedy. All right, so how much do you make here in this example? 21 cents, and that's a 7.26%. Do you like it? 2.5 hours. After that, you can close shop already, your laptop, go down to Tangka Coffee, that's where our office is. And then you can have a cup of coffee, talk this, talk that, you talk 3, talk 4. Hey, tomorrow, which stock to hunt? Oh, every day you're talking about hunting stock. Because in a kangaroo kind of technique, there are opportunities every day within the day, like now, so many opportunities. I just named 4, right? When all the other stocks are all under correction mode, these are the stocks that you can consider, you can pick it up, that kind of thing. All right, so basically this is just an idea, okay? The idea here is to your goal is a goal. Achievement is another thing. Right? So achievement depend on consistency. It depends on discipline and all that, and your knowledge of the technique, money management. All right. So your idea here is 3% a day. And so let's say if you got a capital of 10. Now, 10K, there are many of us can afford. Even if you don't have, we got a friend, for example, who may have the money and don't have the technique. Then we got a technique, we don't have the money. Then we combine the two. We say, okay, come bring your money in here, open an account, I'll use my technique, and then we try to make, okay, based on a kangaroo technique, FIFO technique, 300 a day. That's all. I'm not earning, I'm wanting a lot. I'm just wanting 300. Then I would have done my job, go down to Taka Coffee, have a cup of coffee with a friend, with you, chit-chat and all that. And tomorrow we talk again and we go in again. If you can do that consistently, and I say if, and there's a big if there, right? And it's a challenge for all of you. 20 days, you get 6K. What? Every day a Sunday? Obviously, not every day also is you make money, right? Fair enough. Let's say 50% of it. Okay, 10 days, the other 10 days you make nothing. Okay, how much would that be? 3K. 3K with 10,000 a month. Is that a good return? It is, or is it not? Type here on the chat box, right? Is it a good return? If I can help someone to make, or myself make 3,000, and I only got a capital of 10K, that's not bad, right? Okay, so that's a goal that you might want to try to achieve, right? So that's a challenge. Okay, now have you heard of the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? So here, 3% a day keeps the doctor away. Okay. All right. I just have to remember. It's possible. Okay. So the upcoming FIFO course is on this day. So kindly take note for those of you who are serious. Those who are not this type of gung ho, then drop it. The idea is not for you. All right. It's for the younger set, people with a strong heart. Okay, small money want to make big money for full time. That's our type of people that we are looking for to help. 7 to 10 p.m. December. That means next Monday. All right. So, and it's only for 3 hours. So don't worry, 3 hours. That's it. Now, of course, the condition is before that. Okay, we give you 10 pre-recorded videos. You must see those videos. They're all very short videos. Over the weekend, you can see them, and then on Monday, just come attend live 3 hours. And then after that, we have a Telegram feedback whereby you're a member of the Telegram group, okay? And just for the price of a newsletter, which is 150 a month, 150 a month, 150 a month, you continue to become our member, right? Is that fine? Is that a good support that we have? Okay, so that is basically part of the package that so if you want a full package, right, just kindly call Cherry or right, I'll give you the number at the end of the show. Okay, it's not nice to put it here. Some of you may not like it. May not apply to you. This fast technique. So this is called a fast in, fast out technique. And look, the price. Look, okay, before I forget, it's only 1,500. And then look, and we have a Christmas offering also, and then we're giving you a discount. So 1,430. No need to think about it. Just go and attend. Where got courses so cheap one? Right? Then tell you everything. Honestly, if you're not satisfied, money back. Money back if you're not satisfied. That our course can give you the fierce content that it is supposed to do. We have very strong confidence that we are able to deliver. All right. So here are the real results. And I'll very quickly go through the real results, and then we are the Q&A session now. Okay, for one of our students, he made 4.12% in 2 hours. Okay, this just goes to show that it is possible to make money in FIFO and fast in, fast out. If you know the technique and you follow a good money management, which we teach you in the course. And this one, of course, are a bit, 3 minutes. Okay, sometimes it happens, right? Now let's look at the next one. Again, there's here one trader made 8% within 10 minutes with the capital. So we're talking about not that big a capital, 10K, 13K, that kind of thing, and he can make like this kind of return. Of course, your challenge is to make it all the time. Now it's worthwhile considering, isn't it? Right? So if you, those of you who've got multiples of this, you do your own calculation, right? So if you got more than 10,000, I leave it to you to do your own calculation. Just add 1 0 at the back, whatever it is. So then you see the multiplication is different. The other one is just this one, just yesterday only, I think. So one of the traders made, and then it's 3.16 in 30 minutes. In and out. So you might ask, hey, today it went down. Yeah, yesterday it came back down. If you're not fast enough, that's where the kangaroo technique comes in. It gets you out before it comes, tumbling down. Okay, that kind of thing. So hurry up. These are the numbers. Those of you who are keen and serious, please take note of these numbers. Where's your camera? Get the camera, and I'll just shoot it and call Cherry up for more suggestions and more support. And the other one is a daily hotline. Okay. Now I'm now completed. Given my presentation, I'd like to open to the floor in case you've got any question you'd like to ask pertaining to the FIFO class, pertaining to the TED class. Okay, then please type it into the chat box. Okay, like I say, I just presented two different methods. One is a mid-term, okay, intermediate term missile. The other one is a very short range missile that is intraday, called FIFO. All right. I hope, yeah, let me see if there are any questions. You mean my explanation is so clear? No questions? Then come join us. I see you next Monday, December 12th, 7 to 10 p.m. Okay, after dinner, just nice sit around Zoom and we see each other. All right, we have two speakers. One is Mr. Afnan, and the other one is myself. Right, and I guarantee you, you will be very happy with what you hear, and for that price, it is unbelievable. Hold on. Nur Iman, can you comment on SFP Tech next target? Okay. Target 121 touch. All right. You're talking about being a TED system. So we'll talk that first, medium term. And we use a daily chart for that. Okay, can you pull out? So are you guys, are you looking at the SI station right now? If you're not, then we'll bring the SI station and share it with you first. And then we pull out the chart of SFP Tech. Okay, now you are seeing the SI station. Now I'm pulling out a chart. And I so happen to pull out the big chart. Now you want the SFP. So since I pull out the big, so just want to show you that if based on the TAD, longer term, this is your buy. Can you see this? 3 arrows pointing up. So there's a buy. You would have bought here at this price, which is about 68 cents. And right now, it's 80 cents. All right, I like to change it, of course, to SFP, right? So this one is profitable, but let's look at SFP type. Okay, because that's your question. So it's got a beautiful rally, right? And then after that, we have got 2 arrows down, no tree. So therefore, you can opt not to sell. If you hold, you're not wrong. It went back sideways and then rally and broke out of what we call a triangle, symmetrical triangle here. Now, the original measurement, and which is still is, the first target is 265. You're saying 120 to 220. for a minute, huh? And so you're saying target a 1-to-1 touch, okay? Yeah, 1-to-1. Yeah, of course, this is a minor target that you're talking about. It touch and it pull back. What we are seeing now is uh, unusual. Okay, there's a shooting star, so it shoots up. Now it should be closing up high there, but it didn't came back down. Because of that, okay, there are some changes in the structure of this temporarily. Okay, because the selling, okay, is quite considerable, resulting in a shooting star. And but guess where it landed? Huh? This is the resistance, former resistance. Let me just withdraw this. Has turned support. So over here, you connect, let's say, this high to the next high, this one to that. You see how it landed here and bounced back up. So now, this pullback is considered temporary and it landed at the previous resistance turn support, therefore expect a rebound. So if you are a medium term, the TAD, there is no sell signal at all. It's a hold. You got it? Now the support is at 155. How we arrive at this support? Over here, especially the blue line. Can you see this blue line? Over here. This blue, right? Not the other blue. The other blue is a moving average. This is a moving average. This blue, that's a total support line. It didn't go below that. It came down and instead rebounded. So we have what we call a hammer pattern unfolding. Okay, and so let's look at the afternoon session. But the point is up to 12:30. Okay, the buyers have been successful in supporting or reinstating their hold over the market in other besides the sellers yesterday. Today the buyers are in control and they push back up, and right now it is at or near the previous closing. So like I say, expect a rebound to continue the uptrend because this is an uptrend stock. And when does it stop becoming an uptrend? When it crossed 155. So that is a level to watch. Is that all right? Okay. Synergen. Synergen. All right. These are all the new issues that was played for a while, didn't play, and then now replayed. Right. Again, all right. This is similar to the SFP tag. You have a rounding bottom. Okay, so there is a fake breakout, pull back here, right? These important is where is the support is here, and that is at 83. You see, this software is designed such that it gives you the support automatically, it gives you the resistance automatically. You see this blue and that red, they are your support and resistance. Until it goes below that, it can go sideways for all we care. There is no signal at all. It can break either way. Until it does, it's a hold. And if it does break, where is the target? We use the vertical distance of the rounding bottom and We use a Fibonacci projection to project it upwards, and the target will be 107 and 117 after breaking out. That would be your targets. 1:1, 1:1.6, 1:2. But until then, right, there is no sell signal based on TAD. It's a hold with the blue and the red line being your support and resistance, which is indicated there. So you can see this software has given you data that is so useful, isn't it? It's telling you where your support and resistance are. And then your technique of measuring, okay, your target is based on Fibonacci, which you can learn from our courses. So that's synergen. It's a hold. So do we have, is it okay? Nur Imran. Let's look at another one. Yeah, very exciting one. The data prep. Now, this stock has already awakened from its sleep. It has actually awakened from its deep slumber, which, formerly it was a darling, but then, okay, that was in 2021, but it became an OMAD, right? All the way down, okay, and of course, we hear some political news on, okay, let me see. Yeah. No. Okay. So now it has already broken out of its support and resistance over here. And of course, the real timing of entry is there. As you can see, there is a turtle arrow, there's an atom arrow, there's a duck arrow. And if you miss that, then you could still go in today. Your stop is where you put your stop. Normally, it is a very volatile stock, okay? It's all based on technical. I don't look at the fundamentals of it. The technicals is showing that there is a play on this. We can use a one bar stop, which is yesterday's low, for example. Today is just sideways. It's going nowhere. So you're talking about support resistance. This is your resistance 34 and your support here. Okay. I would use a further away support, which is this, which is 26, that kind of thing. Or if so, you can also go down a little bit further, right? And you measure this distance, the distance of your long range candle range. What is the midpoint? The midpoint is at 21, 22, midpoint. So alternatively, you can put a stop, and this is based on the Nissan technique. You can put a stop below 22, right? 22. Okay. That is how I look at data prep. Basically, it's a ready trend change to up, like must still like that, but it may consolidate because of its range for a couple of days, 1 week, that you must be prepared for that. Okay. And for all you know, it can continue its rally. And as long as it doesn't hit your stops, you just keep holding on to it. So 1, 2, I call it 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, the 1, 2 bar stop. That's also inside the text. It's very classic stop, where if the stock goes parabol like that, it's going up, right? Climbing up Mount Everest, you need to use very steep 1-2 mile stops to handle that kind of steep climb and steep fall. PP Jack. Nobody asked to raise a FIFO stocks, huh? And we could go into some FIFO stocks if you have time. LKL solution. Big is great, you know? Huh? Nobody asked about big. How come? Yeah, and what time is it? Huh? All right, so you have PP Jack here. Now, this is already a buy signal over here. Can you see the total atom and DAX? Already triggered a buy signal out of 51 cents. Now it's 59 cents. Right, the other day is 61. Okay, so now it's 59. Go back up. So where is your stop loss? Your support, which is 58 cents, right? Yeah, your resistance is 62 cents. Now it is hovering in between support resistance. Do nothing. Do nothing. If it breaks through this total, you could exit, but you also, if you are willing to take more risk, wait until it breaks the duck. This is your duck. So you see, your duck is still way above. And so I think there is no worry at the moment that this is technically in a strong position. And notice that the atom, okay, you see these are basically two lines. I call it the North Korea demilitarized zone, and then you have a South Korea demilitarized zone. It is now in between, and there's a squeeze going on. So if there's a breakout above, then you have a buy signal. And so this is very useful, the atom. All right, to tell you whether or not which is your buy. You see, all these are all buy arrows. Any sell arrows? No, nothing. This is your sell arrow. Only there's a sell arrow when it comes down. And so when do you sell? When there is a sell arrow on the atom, as well as the total, as well as the DAX. In short, PP Jack sideways, and you can draw a pattern like this, and you can call it a flag pattern, right? Also can. And then look for the breakout of the flag. Okay? So patterns also comes in very, very handy. It can be used and should be used in conjunction with totals and the DAX, which gives you the TAD. Thank you very much for the questions. They are good questions. More, okay, questions. Informima. Target, if still have the time. Oh yeah, we still can have a spare couple of minutes, sure. Inform. This is a new stock. Okay, because this is a new stock, there isn't enough of data. Okay. And so if we want to trade this, we need to go down to the lower time frame. Okay. But you can see already from using basic trend analysis or traditional chart patterns and basic concepts of trend, you have a higher low there. Only today you have got a lower high. But never mind. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. So let's say 15 minutes is not a bad chart. It can give you the more details. Now, so we have got a buy signal here, right? Here's a sell, right? A buy because there's a breakout. It's a nice breakout there. And you have another nice breakout there. This is what we call a channel a channel breakout over here. And then now what we got here. So again, do nothing, right? If you have, look for the support at 1 ringgit. Anything below that, chop, think about it, right? Because that's a level to watch, because that's your support. Huh? And this support, which is your total support, coincides with the moving average support, which is the dark support. So which means it becomes very significant. Again, if you have bought, do nothing, but stop below 1 ringgit. That is how the charts will interpret it. And if you want to further buy, okay, do that on the breakout of the pennant. I call this a pennant. It is a small little triangle. There's less than 15 days. All right. So we wait until if we can break out of 115, then we have a further buy here. Nothing to stop you from further buying on the break of a triangle, but you are taking a bit more risk, but you get it at a lower price. Okay, that's informed. Now, why I'm analyzing the 15-minute is because your daily chart is good. If the daily chart is no good, if it's downtrending, I won't touch. Right now, it is still uptrending. That's why I'm touching that. I'm looking at the intraday chart. That's informed for you. You see, all these you can have more information if you know technical analysis, okay? And then if you know technical analysis, you go down to the lower time frame and trade intraday. Otherwise, how are you going to trade it on a daily chart? Just like that. Daily chart doesn't give you enough information. You need the intraday chart to do that. But you must know how to read the intraday chart, right? So our seminar is one of the best places where you can learn the theory. Let me say this, that you got no business to be in this business of trading if you do not know or master technical analysis. As simple as that. You may make it by fluke shot, by luck, you will lose it back to the market if you do not know technical analysis. That's how important technical analysis is. Right? From my decades of experience, I'm saying to you. So don't waste your money trying to take pot shots at the market, boom, boom, and have to make. Yeah, you can hope to make once in a while. You get lucky, but in the end, your indiscipline, okay, will make you lose back to the market. So small price to pay. Small price to pay. So now let's see one more, and then one more. But remember that on the 12th, next Monday, is your opportunity, because after that, we are going to no more promo price anymore. No, even 1,005. I was telling my team, I said, how come make it so cheap? That's because everybody's got money in the market and inside the stock, so they cannot afford to liquidate it, because honestly, the market is very good. The bulls is very bullish technically, and it confirms with the fundamentals are bullish on all. People are saying that on December the 19th, then the parliament begins, and then they're going to have a budget, and the budget is passed and all that. That's it. All about stocks are going to fly. That is the rumor. Okay, but we are not based on rumor and all that. So we are based on the charts. The charts are telling us up to this point, it is doing well. The new cabinet is doing well. If it's not doing well, you will see more sellers than buyers, and everybody will be dumping stock. If the new government is not up to expectation, it has to be up to, so therefore the price being able to hold is telling us that it is up to expectation. So far so good. And between the two, okay, the small caps are better than the CI, the index, the blue chip stocks right now. Okay? Unless they do something about it, then perception change, then perhaps there'll be more demand for CI stocks. And then that's where we can start to then put more weight onto it. And Until then, right now, it's still the mid and the small cap stocks. That's why we are chartists. We look at the situation. Honestly, one day the CI stocks are going to go. And then we are going to talk about CI stocks. Okay, do follow us. Follow us on our newsletter. Okay. And if you are not yet a member, please enroll and become a member of our newsletter, because it includes also Telegram, okay, whereby you can communicate with us and we communicate with you. Hong Seng, is it good to hold? Okay, for those, okay, you want to know Hong Seng? Sure. So you can see how useful this software is, isn't it? If you want a chart, you just pull up a chart. And then you can read from there whether or not who's in control, buyers or sellers. I ask you, who's in control this one? Is there any revival? You connect high to high, you see this? Okay, maybe you broke through that trend line. First of all, that to that, then you sort of blow it up. And guess what? So that is your resistance. Look, it didn't even move. It's like something, you just kick it and it just moves. It's not going anywhere. It's like just the ball rolling and then it stopped. Nobody is playing this stock. It is in a sideways. Nobody is selling down anymore. This is when they are still selling down. Not anymore, but nobody is buying. So why are you going to tie up your money, in this kind of stock, right? So what was your question there? Hold, definitely don't trade it. Hold. Or you got well, if you bought at $10, now it's 25 cents. What do you do? What can you do? It's like Super Dynamic. Now it's 2 cents. It was $2. What can you do? You sell already. The blood move back up. How? So just might as well write it off, and just keep it there. And but don't go put good money after bad money and keep on averaging and buying more and more Hong Seng. That is wrong. Okay, so don't touch it anymore. Whatever you have put in, that's about it. Until it start to move like that. That's a different story, right? Now nothing. Okay. JHM, right? JHM, just a couple of days, just yesterday, I think we took one of our traders took some profits. Okay, it's a downtrend stock, but now suddenly there's a gap. All right, look at this. It broke through this down channel. Okay, and so it's now ready to pounce. It's showing some signs of life. How the volume is telling me there's some life here. Now, so if I take the high and the low, what kind of what do I get? Then the 38% would be 95 cents. That's why I put 3 targets down there. Now, right now it's 81. So 81 to 95 is very probable. And it has done a trend change, yes. I think this one, yes. There's an up gap here, all right? That means, after the new government came into being, there is new demand for this stock. That's what he's saying, and normally when you got huge volume coming in like that, it doesn't stop so soon, Okay, whoever put in that money will want to make money with that money. And to do that, he's got to come up with some bullish news, right? So that more people will buy the bigger fool theory. And so the bigger fool will buy or take over from him, one after another, to go to 95 cents, 103, 111, that kind of thing. That's why a retracement is very useful. The technique of measuring, okay, where is your next target based on resistance support is very useful. The answer is, now, do you have this stock? If you have it, of course, it's a hold. If you haven't, look for a break of the old high, okay, which is 86 for you to re-enter, not say, 86 too high lah. But what if there's a breakout like that? You don't buy, it's too high. You don't buy here, it goes higher and higher and higher. Okay, so you must acknowledge that this stock has changed its trend, its character. There is a trend change already happening here, happened here, over here. And that gap is strong. It's telling people that, look, I'm willing to pay a higher price. The first price that open now, I'm going to grab him. And because I know, that there's better news for this counter. That's what it is. All right. So, well, it has my stamp of approval, this one. Next. Okay, I think the market is about to open, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, so I hope you have enjoyed today's session. I thank you very much for attending and tuning in. Once again, I wish you all a good day. And I see you this December the 12th, okay? For those of you who are in FIFO, fast in, fast out, and we are in a bull market, you should be. See you there, December the 12th. Thank you. Bye-bye and have a good day. Hi everyone. If you want to be an expert in trading the financial markets or to be a professional in this line of work, join our professional certificate in financial technical analysis. This certificate course is a 3-month course. You will learn 30 improvement modules to enhance your trading strategies. At the same time, we prepare you for the prestigious diploma in financial technical analysis exams from the UK, as well as the certified exams from the US. You will be in good company. What you will learn from this course is applicable to stocks, commodities, CFDs, Forex, cryptocurrencies, crude palm oil, index futures, and learn how to make profit from up and down markets. Here are the 5 reasons why you take this course. Number 1, deeper understanding of technical analysis and other indicators. Number 2, obtain a diploma in financial technical analysis from world-renowned organizations. Number 3, you might want to be employed in an international brokerage firm, unit trust, or bank. Number 4, you may want to teach technical analysis in universities or colleges. And number 5, you may want to be a renowned author like myself. Choose your learning modes, in campus or online classes. Now, let me show you our track record since 2007. In 2018, we have a passing rate of 100% for the STA Paper 1 from our 19 intake students. Later in 2019, our students brought in a passing rate of 100% as well for both Paper 1 and Paper 2. Now, let me show you what the other benefits are for signing up with us. Benefit number 1, 13 powerful modules. We'll give you the hard copies and you can keep them, and this is worth 90,000 ringgit. Benefit number 2, you will have access to our TAD system for 6 months, and this is worth 60,619 ringgit. Benefit number 3, you will have access to my daily newsletter for 6 months, and this will help you in your trading. I will tell you which stocks to look out for, and this newsletter is worth 5,000 ringgit. Benefit number 4, you will get 2 advanced trading software, 1, the SI Station with TAD templates, and 2, the MetaTrader 4. And this is worth 25,000 ringgit. Last but not least, you'll be in our Telegram support group for 6 months, and we'll continuously support you with all the help that you need. It is worth 5,000. The value of this course is 185,619. You will have special discounts if you sign up now. So hurry up and register now. Contact our customer support at these numbers.